Think of a country you only know from headlines. Think that everything you hear about this country, every place you see, is based on rumors and prejudices. If you look at it from the perspective of Western media, you usually see political tensions, sanctions, and a geography shrouded in mystery. But how accurate is what you see? Is Iran really such a country? In this documentary, we will lift the veil of perception. And I will show you not the Iran of the news bulletins, but the real Iran. Soon you will see the resistance reflected in a woman's eyes, the fertility that gives life to the land, and the unique traditions passed down through generations. Now, let's set aside preconceived judgments and discover the truths of these ancient lands in all their raw honesty. Many of you may think of Iran as a vast, flat desert, but this is one of the biggest misconceptions. Iran's geography presents a completely different picture from that of its neighbors. For example, while approximately 95% of Saudi Arabia's territory is covered by desert, this figure is only around 22% in Iran. As you travel north, lush green forests cover the mountains, and just to the north lies the vast waters of the Caspian Sea, the world's largest enclosed inland sea. So much so that even in 2025, you can enjoy the snow on the slopes of the northern mountains and the summer heat and beaches of the southern coast on the same day. This extraordinary geographical diversity not only revitalizes tourism with the northern forests and coastal festivals, but also offers a unique natural setting for weddings and intimate family gatherings. With a population of approximately 89 million, Iran is one of the largest and most populous countries in Western Asia, and its heart beats in the capital city of Tehran. The city is home to approximately 9.3 million people, and when the metropolitan area is included, the population exceeds 16 million. However, unlike urbanization in Western countries, Iran successfully maintains a remarkable balance between densely populated urban centers and vast rural areas. And at this point, I must make a very important correction. Despite being located in the Middle East, having a Muslim majority population, and the Persian language sometimes sounding similar to Arabic, Iran is definitely not an Arab country. The name Iran, meaning land of the Aryans, emphasizes the country's ancient Aryan origins and implies that it is not part of the Arab League. Persian is a language belonging to the Indo-European language family, while Arabic belongs to a completely different Semitic language family. This distinction is one of the cornerstones of Iran's unique cultural identity. So what is it like to live in a country like this? Contrary to popular belief, daily life in Iran is not restricted or difficult. People here work happily, study, and enjoy their daily routines. In fact, when walking around the streets of Tehran, you will often see young people chatting cheerfully and enjoying life. The biggest contributor to this vibrancy is undoubtedly the city's safe and, of course, very affordable public transportation system. In particular, the Tehran metro is known as one of the cleanest and most affordable metro systems in the world. In fact, you can explore almost the entire capital for less than 10 cents. While there are designated carriages for women during peak hours, mixed-gender carriages are also widely used. If you want to fully explore Tehran, I recommend starting with the Grand Bazaar, which has been standing for centuries. This is not just a shopping destination, but also the cultural and social center of the city. As you stroll through its narrow, unique streets, you can easily find everything you are looking for, from jewelry to antiques, food to clothing. Additionally, this bazaar is a meeting place where locals gather, engage in friendly conversation, and conduct business. Especially during religious holidays or special occasions, it is bustling with activity. Of course, you don't have to come here just to shop. When you see the architecture of this unique place, you will enjoy it even more than shopping. When you see the beautiful domes and arched passageways decorating the ceilings, you will feel as if you have stepped into a historical atmosphere. Add to that the warm-hearted vendors, colorful displays of unique handmade products, and mouth-watering street food, and you will feel as if you are in another time. Another unique place in the city is the Tehran Friday Market. Usually held on Thursdays and Fridays, this market allows local artists to sell their handmade products directly to buyers at much more affordable prices. This means you can shop to your heart's content at reasonable prices and collect souvenirs from Iran. When talking about Iran, it is impossible not to mention the country's extremely beautiful and mysterious women. These women are extremely attractive, with their deep brown eyes, full lips, high-arched noses, thick dark eyebrows, and modest dress style, which accentuate their stunning physiques. However, for some reason, there is a misconception that Iranian women are restricted by hijab laws. In fact, following recent developments, this law has been noticeably relaxed, especially in less religious cities such as Tehran, allowing women who wear headscarves and those who do not to live together in peace. Even the police are no longer as strict when it comes to punishing individuals. On the other hand, Iranian women play an extremely active role in society, taking their place in political, economic, social, and cultural spheres. They have many freedoms, from education to employment, marriage to divorce, child custody to property rights. However, this does not mean that they are completely free. Many women are still required to obtain permission from their husbands or fathers to travel, go on trips, or go out. This gender inequality is, unfortunately, one of the biggest problems facing women. However, what I am about to say will surprise you greatly. Despite this gender inequality, Iran has a positive view of premarital relationships. According to a tradition called siga, a man and a woman are considered married for a certain period of time, but no official wedding ceremony is held. During this period, the couple may engage in sexual relations. Iran allows this under certain conditions. These conditions include the woman being widowed, divorced, or single, and having obtained permission from her family. The man, on the other hand, must be financially stable. This agreement, which is typically made after a simple mosque ceremony, lasts an average of 3 to 5 months, and can, of course, be extended. While this tradition has sparked controversy in some circles, many human rights advocates believe it offers a practical solution to the emotional and sexual needs of young people. Given that approximately 65% of the country's population is under the age of 25, it is argued that this practice could help prevent illegal prostitution, especially in light of high unemployment rates. However, this practice also creates complex social issues. Thousands of children are born without knowing their fathers as a result of such relationships, and many men do not want to marry a woman who has previously had a siga relationship. This situation has sparked debates about the siga tradition. Beyond these traditional customs, there is a fascinating community in Iran called the Kashkai, where wives have the right to choose a new spouse for their husbands. This Turkic origin community, which migrated from Asia to Iran between the 11th and 12th centuries, is known today as one of the country's largest nomadic communities, with a population of approximately 400,000. Living primarily in the Basiri region of the Fars and Shiraz provinces, this community leads a pastoral life in harmony with nature on lush green pastures. What makes the Kashkai particularly noteworthy is that if a couple cannot have children, the wife has the right to choose a new husband for her husband. The first wife carefully selects the new husband, and the husband has no right to refuse. Being single is considered a serious crime in Kashkai society and is seen as contrary to the natural law of survival. In addition to their unusual marriage customs, the Kashkai are also known for their famous Iranian carpet weaving and intricate wool crafts. Kashkai women showcase both their skills and flawless beauty by wearing elegant headscarves and traditional dresses at festivals. Although the Iranian government has attempted to settle this tribe permanently, these efforts have largely failed. The Kashkai take great pride in their centuries-old way of life and traditions. However, recent economic hardships and climate changes have destabilized their way of life and forced many to migrate to large cities in search of work. Iran is not only a land of heritage and history, but also a paradise of breathtaking natural landscapes and enchanting destinations. Every corner of the country has a unique story and beauty to offer, providing unforgettable experiences for visitors from all over the world. One of the most striking aspects of this diversity is the strong cultural pride of the Iranian people. This country has managed to preserve its music, folklore, and traditions to this day. Festivals such as Van and Chenelia celebrate Persian heritage with enthusiasm and bring people of all ages together in a shared appreciation of their roots. However, while Iran embraces its unique culture, it does not neglect globalization. In fact, cities are undergoing a vibrant transformation with a new wave of art, music, and fashion that fuels the country's modern development. Another striking feature of Iran is the warm attitude and hospitality of its people towards foreigners and tourists. For example, when you meet a local, they may invite you to their home and offer you a warm home-cooked meal. Or they may show you the way if you get lost. You will feel the warmth of the people from the very first moment. However, language can sometimes be a minor obstacle. While English is widely used in major cities like Tehran, Isfahan, and Shiraz, older people and those living in rural areas mostly speak Persian. This can sometimes cause issues, but it is not very common. Iran's strategic location in the heart of West Asia makes it one of the continent's most important transit and trade hubs. Surrounded by Turkey, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, and Armenia, the country acts as a gateway between West and Central Asia. Historically, this location has placed the country at the center of military conflicts and political struggles, but today it provides a major advantage for trade, tourism, and regional connectivity. Unlike many landlocked countries, Iran maintains a strong maritime trade presence with access to both the Caspian Sea and the Persian Gulf. The port of Bandar Abbas is one of the busiest ports in the Persian Gulf, handling goods from China, Scandinavia, and even the United States. Additionally, Iran is part of a visa-free travel zone for many countries, enabling seamless travel between Iran and these nations without border controls. Iran has also made significant investments in modern transportation infrastructure, making domestic travel easier than ever before. The country has one of the largest railway networks in Asia. High-speed trains connect major cities in a matter of hours, providing a tremendous advantage. Internationally, Iran is becoming an increasingly attractive destination for both travelers and businesses due to its excellent road, rail, and air connections with neighboring countries. With numerous international airports, Iran offers direct flights to nearly every major city in Europe and beyond. Imam Khomeini International Airport, the country's main aviation hub, handles millions of passengers annually, while airports in Shiraz, Isfahan, and Mashhad also provide additional global connections. For travelers from North America, Asia, or the Middle East, Iranian airports often serve as entry points to the rest of Asia, thanks to their affordable prices and well-connected airline routes. However, Iran is not a country that has completely overcome its difficulties. The country is struggling with significant problems such as an aging population, ongoing political tensions with major powers, and brain drain caused by young people leaving the country in search of higher salaries. But that's not such a big problem. Do you know what the real problem is? Misconceptions in the media, especially in the Western media. Because Iran, despite some difficulties, is not the place it is portrayed to be in Western media. In fact, it is far from it. For example, Iran is said to be extremely unsafe, but travelers can move around quite comfortably here. The country is portrayed as a place ravaged by war, but it still preserves its rich culture. It is believed that all Iranian women wear headscarves, but most do not choose to do so. Iranians are perceived as hostile, but they are extremely hospitable. It is shown as a desert in films and on television, but it also has lush forests and majestic mountains. Many people think that Iranians only drink tea, but coffee culture is also quite widespread. It is generally seen as a technologically backward country, but there are also many important scientific developments. Some people think there is no entertainment in Iran, but the nightlife is extremely colorful. It is thought that Iranians do not celebrate Western holidays, but they do. People are not overly religious, and various beliefs are also widespread. It is assumed that the country is always hot, but the weather varies across the country. Not all Iranians speak Arabic, some speak Persian. I could list these stereotypes for minutes, but there is no need for that, because at least you have faced some facts. Now be honest, how many of you knew this? How many of you believed what the media said and looked at this country with prejudice? Or how many of you believed the lies and decided not to come to this wonderful country? Please share your honest thoughts in the comments. In conclusion, Iran is not the place it is portrayed as in Western media, and I hope this documentary has changed your perspective. See you in the next documentary. I love you all.